Is your love tonight? morning, traders. What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and happy Friday. How are we all doing this morning? I hope we are doing fantastic and that you guys are ready for an awesome day ahead. And I hope you guys had a wonderful trading session yesterday. So good job to all traders locking in some amazing profits inside of chat yesterday. Way to hold it down, way to crush it, and way to make it happen. Again, team, good morning. Happy Friday. It's 9 a.m. and what an awesome day it is because I get to come back and work with each and every one of you. So hit me with a big old good morning, ladies and gentlemen, inside of chat, and hit me with that big old good morning over on YouTube as well. Who do we have with us this morning on this beautiful Friday morning? We got Thomas, Texas Cowboy, Mr. Steve, burgers over tacos. I still believe it is tacos over burgers, my friend, but I love the username. Dougie, what's going on, Mr. Dougie? How we doing today? Ladies and gentlemen, over on the YouTube as well, how we all doing? Good morning. Austin, John, Christian, what is up? What is going on? How we all doing? We having a good morning? You guys fired up, ready to rock and roll? Scott, Jeffrey, Zane, Kamal, good morning. Tacos first. Hey, let's do it. Jake, Colin, good morning, traders. We have a lot of people inside of chat today, and we have a lot of individuals over on YouTube as well. So thank you guys for being here. We're going to dive into it. We're not going to waste any time. We're going to talk about where the best opportunity is for the day. On this beautiful Friday, where do I think traders are going to go? What stocks do I think have the best opportunity to make some profits today? Let's take the next 30 minutes. Let's get you guys prepared, and let's have an awesome Friday and end this week strong and profitable. And so far, team, so good. And why is that? Why so far so good, Josh? Well, hey, this morning, KAVL was the #1 stock that I liked. It was the very first stock that I posted up, setting up once again for the mid candle breakout. Over $2, room to 228. Over 228, room to 274. High watch today. I only put high watch behind stocks that I'm very, very confident in. So KAVL was one of those stocks this morning I really liked. What happened? We broke over $2. We got a big time move to the penny, 228. Right now, we're kind of flagging here on KAVL. So what I'd like to see is this hold consolidation. Out of pre-market, see a nice little gap and go, get a nice spike over those pre-market highs. We have so much potential, team, to 275 and then 295 to $3 today here on KAVL. And why is KAVL moving? Is there any fresh news today? No, there is not. This is all momentum, guys. This stock has been doing very, very well since it broke $1 last week, right? So we broke, we had a mid-candle breakout, we broke out on Monday, and we've had great momentum day after day after day. Volume is still here. Look at your green volume bars. Volume is still here to the buy side. Every day we have a red day, it's on very light volume, telling us that buyers are still in control. And that makes me feel very confident that we can actually see that break over 228 and get that nice big leg up to 275, 295, and maybe even $3 here on KAVL. So right now at this point in time, this is the #1 stock that I'm currently watching. Bottom support is back down right around $2. Below 2, we could see KAVL back down towards around 184, but to show some strength with KAVL, we really would like to see the stock holding above that $2 level, okay? So this is a back burner prior day mover, all momentum, a lot of great potential, one of my top stocks out of the gate, guys, okay? CFEI. We want to watch CFEI. It had a very nasty day there on Wednesday. It dumped from around 1663 all the way down to 1328. We had a little bit of a bounce, right? We bounced a little bit yesterday. Prior daily resistance, we gapped up. That was the open. We shot up to 1852. And again, Wednesday, that was our low of day. So again, yesterday pre-market, we were right at the prior day low of day. We held it. we had a nice little rebound, nice little push. Obviously, there's some profit taking. The stock's pulling back, but we could absolutely see this form a higher low here intraday and see that next leg to the upside. We do have room back up towards around 15, and then we have some room up towards around 1660 here on CFVI. So at this point in time, I don't think it's one of the top stocks that we should be watching, but it's definitely a stock that we should keep on watch on the back burner, as there might be some good potential here today with CFVI. All right, so this is going to be one of the top back burner stocks at this point in time. I just want to get you guys prepared. What are we looking for? We're looking for this to find support a little bit higher than those prior lows at 1328. Where could we see this stock find support? Well, let's go ahead and just look at yesterday. Look at yesterday's levels, right? We can see that we had some prior support, a little bit of resistance, yesterday resistance, and a nice little bounce play right around 14. So to really show some strength here on CFEI, for this to really look really appealing, ideally staying above 14 bucks. And if we can hold above 14 as our higher low, we could absolutely see that volume move back in, pushing that stock up to yesterday's highs of 15. And then over 15, we do have room all the way back up into that prior resistance right around like 1646-ish, right there on CFVI. If we crack below 14, the next level of support is going to be back down towards around that 1328 mark. Again, not a hot stock that I think you guys should be really focused on right at the start of the day, but it is a stock that is showing some potential, so it should be added to your back burner watch list. Okay, so we got CFVI on watch. We also have NVCT on watch. This was a big time mover here on Monday from around $3 all the way to $10.35. Since then, hasn't done much, but what it's done is it's pulled back on decreasing volume, telling me that sellers are slowly being depleted. We put in a very nice doji candle yesterday off of a level of support. What was support, right? It was Tuesday's low, Wednesday's low. We cracked below briefly, but we closed above, and we formed a nice little spinning top doji at support. We know that dojis are an indication of possible reversals. And when we see dojis occur at levels of support, it's even better. So I do want to keep this one on high watch today above 587, right? We have the doji off support. I think this, as long as it's holding 6 and breaking back above yesterday's highs of 676, that's where I think a lot of volume's really going to start moving back in to NVCT. And we do have some room up towards around 8. And then we have some room up towards around 850. And then so on and so forth. At that point in time, we'll go ahead and break those levels down to get us prepared. But we know at least first targets, we would have room to 8, and then room up towards around 850. 587-ish support right now. Really want to see this breaking over yesterday's highs, as that's where I think a lot of that volume could start moving back in to NVCT. So again, in pre-market, it's doing absolutely nothing. The spread is 60 cents. Right now, there's no reason to get involved with this stock, but it is something that shows potential. It needs to go on your back burner watch list for today, all right? So that's going to be NVCT, another stock that I'm really watching today for a possible move on up higher. Next, we have DCFC. Now, DCFC is going to be a top stock for the day, okay? This is going to be a top stock. It's not really doing a whole lot in pre-market, but at least it's moving up. I mean, it looks a lot better than NVCT. It looks a lot better than CFVI. So DCFC has been a nice mover this week as well. Went on a nice move there on Tuesday, shooting all the way up to 1975 on Wednesday, pulling back into Tuesday's spiking high right around 12. Now, we never came down right to the penny, but we came down low enough. So we had some good support. DCFC there on Wednesday morning out of the gate before that big time move to 1975. And that support intraday was right around 1242. And we did come down very close to that 1242, and we are seeing the stock move up a little bit higher. So I really want to see this breaking back above $15, team. Okay, $14.91 yesterday's highs to 15 bucks. Over that level, that's where I believe a lot of volume is going to start moving back into this stock, potentially taking it for a retest of Wednesday's spiking highs up towards around 1975. So we know support's all the way back down towards around 1242. And we know what we need to see. We need to see the stock breaking yesterday's highs, as well as $15 psychological resistance. And that's where I believe a lot of volume will start moving in. So if we see that break and we see the volume and the stock retests 15 as new support, that could be great confirmation to take this long up to Wednesday's highs of 1975. So right now at this point in time, this is number 2 on our watch list, one of the top stocks we should be watching right out of the gate. Remember, number 1 was KAVL, a lot of great potential. Number 2 is going to be DCFC, showing a lot of great potential as well. I do want to hit on stocks that are actually moving fresh today. So look at ORPH. Okay, so ORPH, ADRs move higher, shares rise on Niemann-Pick drug progress. So we have news on this stock, but when we look at it, it's doing absolutely nothing, barely any volume. We look at that daily chart to see if we can get an edge. We came up right to the 50 SMA, and that's resistance. So when I really look at this stock, and I look at where it was yesterday, down towards around 210, 209-ish, and then 240 resistance, and we're at 228. To me, it's just not screaming trade me. To me right now on ORPH, it just doesn't look like it has that potential, especially in pre-market. Looking at some of these prior day movers, they show better potential than ORPH. But ORPH has news. There's a credible reason for it to be up. It is trading high relative volume, and it's a low float stock. So I'm not a fan of it, but I think it should be on the back burner just in case this is one of those stocks that end up getting the attention today. So again, we have a lot of resistance up towards around 243 and that high of 254. Support right now is all the way back down towards around 209. And the other reason I'm not really crazy about it is even if we break 243, we have room to that 255, over 255, 273. It just seems like there's a lot of resistance overhead on this stock, and I want to find something that has potential to move $1, $2, $3, right? I don't want to sit here and wait an hour to get 20 cents. I want to be able to get in and get out and make 50 cents to $1. And that's what I see with stocks like DCFC. This one has potential to rip and run $2, $3, $4 today. Same thing with NVCT. We could see this rip and run a few bucks today. CFEI. I like these low flow stocks. I like these prior day movers as well because a lot of our top gaining stocks have been prior day movers, right? So that's kind of where traders are going, are these prior day mover stocks. And that's another reason I like them, right? They have potential to move big. They're low floats. They've already moved. They've proven themselves. And traders are going back to these prior day movers as their main picks for the day. So that's why I think the top stocks out of the gate need to be some of these prior day movers. But we should still watch ORPH. It could get the action. It could steal the volume in the market, as there is a credible reason for the stock to be up. So 209 support. Resistance right now is right around 243. And then 255, we just have to wait to see if this stock gives us anything to take a trade. All right, so sit back, be patient, relax. Just know there is some news, and we can absolutely keep it on watch. HTCR, there's no news on the stock. It IPO'd yesterday, so why would we even want to watch this stock? Well, we know that newer IPOs are getting some activity. Maybe it's the first day, maybe it's the second day, maybe it's the third day. Right? We don't know. Look at NVCT. The first day, nothing. Second day, big time move. DCFC doesn't do anything for a few weeks, and then it gets a big time move. We've had a lot of new IPO stocks rip and run and become some of our top gainers. HTCR could be that stock that absolutely rips and runs today. Yesterday, we closed at $4.95 and we opened at $5. That's support. Support right now on HTCR is $4.95 to $5, and it's psychological support as well. So if HTCR can stay above that level of support, I think we could see volume move in, and this could be a big time mover, kind of like what we saw with NVCT the second day after the IPO. So this is another stock that I do think we should keep on high watch right out of the gate. Right, moving on. What are we watching as far as large caps? Well, the SPY and the Qs, pretty much what we thought, right? A lot of resistance on the SPY at 458. What happened yesterday? We came up to resistance. We cracked our uptrend. We faded for the rest of the day. Not quite to 444, but we came down to 445 there in post-market. So big time sell-off yesterday. The market definitely not liking the CPI data. Again, we were looking at this one to sell on off. I mean, right out of the gate, we knew we had room to 458, and we were waiting for a setup off of 458 resistance. And what did we have? We had a slight uptrend on the 1 minute time frame. We had a lower high after it rejected off 458. It cracked, it retested, it dropped. A beautiful, beautiful, beautiful short opportunity on the SPY and on the Qs. So yesterday was a great day. Right now, we're still stuck in this channel. We are range bound, right? When we're trending higher. When we're trending, we could be trending lower. Ranging, right? Range bound stocks are stocks that are just moving sideways in between a level of support and resistance. So for example, Walmart has been pretty range bound for quite some time. We have a lot of resistance at 153. We have a lot of support at 135. This stock is ranging. It's trading sideways between a level of support and resistance. This is a bigger time frame as far as a range goes. But if we look at the SPY and the Qs, been doing the same thing over the past couple of weeks, right? We've been sitting between 444 support, which is the 200 SMA, and 458 resistance, right? Which is right around the 50 SMA. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Almost 2 full weeks that we've just been sitting sideways and we've been ranging. So until we break above resistance or crack below support, I mean, we're not going to see a big time aggressive move. We're probably going to sit here, remain choppy in between support and resistance, up and down, up and down, up and down, ranging until we break out of this range and maybe we start trending again. So right now, I'm not looking to swing trade any calls. I'm not looking to swing trade any puts. I'm here to day trade the SPY and the Qs. If we can break above that 458, that shows strength. I would take it long back up to all-time highs. If we crack below 444, the 200 SMA, that shows weakness. I would short this back down to 430 and even lower. Those could be great opportunities for swing trades. But right now, trying to swing trade this as it's sitting sideways in between support and resistance, and you really have no idea where the stock is going next, it's not really the best idea to be taking any kind of really speculative swing trade positions at this point in time until you get the confirmation and we know what the confirmation is. So the SPY, 444 support, that's what we know at this point in time. Resistance, 458, that's what we know at this point in time. If we have any intraday opportunities and setups, let's take advantage of them. But as far as bigger picture trades, we don't have anything right now at this point in time, but we should keep these levels on high watch moving forward because we could have some great swing trade opportunities here on the SPY and as well as the Qs, okay? Netflix, despite the markets closing red yesterday, Netflix closes green, and it's confirming once again that I want to swing trade this stock, okay? So what do we have here? Big gap down. We sold on off. We found support. We started curling on up. We broke out. We sold on off, right? We had profit taking, decreasing volume, pulling back into support, finding a bottom. We see a little bit of a double bottom forming, right? A little bit of that U shape. It's starting to curl. We're starting to see buying volume move back in. So everything is screaming to me, swing trade Netflix, right? Netflix looks like a very good reversal here. Again, the double bottom, it's starting to curl off support. As it pulled back, it was on less selling volume. We're starting to see buyers step back up. Overall, Netflix looks really, really good here, and I'm definitely going to be swing trading this stock if we get confirmation. What's confirmation for me? Breaking the neckline of the double bottom. Where would that neckline of the double bottom be? It would be right around 413.66. I don't want to get in for a swing trade before that. Now, for a day trade, absolutely. Swing trade, I need to wait for the confirmation. So over that 14 or 4, let's call it 414. Let's just call it 414. We have great potential. Looking at the daily chart, back up towards around 420. Let's call it 425. It's 425.90. 425 psychological. But that's still some great opportunity. That's about $11 to the upside. And then our second target would be the 20 EMA right now at 439. And then if we can break that 439, it would be a retest of the prior high. And if this thing really starts taking on off and we really get that volume and we really get that momentum, we could break that 457.72 and fill the daily gap. So I think this is a great opportunity for multiple separate reasons. And the multiple separate reasons are: first target, there's a lot of reward with not as much risk. Second target, even better. Third and fourth, there is some big time potential here on Netflix. So Netflix is a high watch stock for me today, all of next week, and you may see me entering a swing trade position here on Netflix. So high watch for those reasons. Netflix, we want to keep that stock on watch, guys. Okay. Again, despite the overall market closing red, Snapchat and CRWD closing green. And the reason I like these stocks is we're seeing a slight moving average squeeze formation. Now, it's rare that we see these moving average squeeze formations really play out with a lot of our larger cap, right? Larger price stocks. Usually that's a penny stock formation that I've identified is when we talk about a moving average squeeze, right? I'm really looking at like penny stocks. We see them every now and then, but they're not as common and they're pretty rare when they work on out. But we have the volume with CRWD. Look at the last 5 days, right? We have good, consistent, steady volume. Despite the overall market, we close green. That shows strength. I'm liking it for the moving average squeeze formation. Same thing with Snapchat, right? We've been consolidating in between these two moving averages for about 5 days now. And despite the overall market, we still close higher, showing strength, telling me that this stock wants to move higher. So I like Snapchat to the long side off the moving average squeeze formation. I am liking Crowd off of the moving average squeeze formation to the long side as well. Both of those stocks showing strength to me. And these are going to be a couple stocks that are on high watch today. Lowe's. Lowe's and Home Depot. Who crushed Lowe's and Home Depot last week? The bearish flag. If so, you made some good profits. So congratulations. Good job. Lowe's today. Beautiful rejection on Wednesday off of the 20 EMA, followed by a gap down and a red day, increased volume. That's showing potential to continue to the downside. Okay, I'm looking for Lowe's to crack below 224.20, and we have room down to 220.50. So that's about $4 to the downside, give or take. There's good opportunity with Lowe's. I am looking to short Lowe's once again below that 224, down to 220.50. And then the Peloton. You can't really see it on the daily chart, but when you put it in a 4-hour time frame, you can see it's kind of flagging here, right? You had a big leg up. Last few days, it's been consolidating, getting tighter and tighter and tighter. We're looking like we have a possible daily bull flag on Peloton. So I want to keep this one on watch to see if it can break back above 40 with volume today, and that's confirming the break of the bullish flag. We'd want to go long, and we would have a 42.50 target, and then we would have a 46.40 target there on Peloton. If you guys do not know what a bull flag looks like, especially on the daily, check out Boeing. Okay, so Boeing had a big leg up, had a couple of days of consolidation. It breaks over the flag highs, and it rips. Boeing was an alert over 210 on Monday, up to 220 by the end of the week. What did we hit yesterday? 223. Who took Boeing long for that $10 move this week? Anybody? I didn't catch it. But if you guys were catching some Boeing, good job. I mean, that's what a daily bull flag looks like. It's a leg up. You get your consolidation. It breaks over the flag highs, and it continues higher, right? So we see kind of the same thing with Peloton, right? We had a nice big day to the upside. It's consolidating. It's sitting sideways. If we just simply break over the flag high of like 40.20, that's when a lot of volume could really start moving back in on Peloton. Okay, so I'm watching Peloton for that reason there. Lows to the short side below 224.20 down to 220.50. Crowd and Snapchat for the moving average squeeze formations. Netflix for a day trade as well as a potential swing trade if we can get that break over that 414. And then we know what the drill is here at the SPY and the Qs, right? We know the bigger picture. We know the short term, what we need to see. We're just waiting for some intraday setups, intraday opportunity, because we're right in the middle of support and resistance. We're not looking to enter any kind of swing trades to the long side or to the short side until we actually confirm a break or a crack above or below one of these key levels, okay? Quick recap once again on penny stocks. If you guys are just now tuning in, KAVL, one of our top stocks we're watching for today. DCFC, number 2. And then HTCR, number 3. Now we got 5 minutes to go. Good job, Josh. Having some time left over to look at some of your questions inside of chat. Is anybody holding ANY? ANY has not confirmed yet for a moving average squeeze. I am not yet in anything for a moving average squeeze, right? BON hasn't confirmed. ANY hasn't done anything. XELA hasn't done anything. PROG, ATER. A lot of these stocks that we're watching for the moving average squeeze have not given us what we need yet to take those entries. So I'm personally not holding any of those moving average squeeze stocks. We're still waiting and watching. Swing traded DCFC last night. Looks good. Good job. That's what I'm talking about. Apple broke the downtrend on a 5-minute chart. Yep, it actually did. So, yep, here in pre-market, Apple broke the downtrend. But, again, you got to just be mindful of the overall market. You know, look at Apple on the daily. Apple on the daily doesn't look good at all, right? Closing really strong red with the overall market. This could be a double top on Apple, right? So we come up, we hit resistance again. This could be a double top for a nice short. So what I'm looking at here on Apple, guys, is if we crack that neckline, which is also a crack of the 50 SMA, and it's also a crack of the 20 MA, and the neckline of this potential double top, I would be looking to short some Apple, guys, right? Apple would have some room down towards around 167.29. We got a nice little gap down here at 162.65. Potentially to the short side here on Apple. So let's definitely watch some Apple as well below that 170.71 mark. DCFC mid-candle breakout. I was kind of thinking that, but it wasn't really like mid-candle like KAVL and some of the other ones. But it definitely is kind of giving you that mid-candle. You got those 2 days to the upside. This candle is right in the middle of that 2-day move. We're absolutely looking for the break over 15 to get this thing going. So absolutely looking for a break over 15 bucks to get this thing going. AREB, let me look at AREB. We have a few people asking about AREB. This was one of yesterday's movers. Yesterday, this was a SHIT show. You know, this one was very challenging to trade. This one is very choppy. The price action made no sense. This was one of my losses yesterday. And as you can see, I have no trades open at this point in time. I want to show you my P&L. No open positions. So AREB, you need to break back above 330 before you see volume move in. And even if you break 330, you have room up to like 380, which is yesterday's highs. Support right now is back down towards around 250, but keep in mind that this stock was a tough stock yesterday. This price action was terrible. A lot of selling pressure on the stock. It was not fun to trade. It was not easy to trade. But today's a brand new day full of brand new opportunities. Anything could happen. So we should watch AREB back above 330. We do have potential to 380 and then 418. But be mindful that it was a very tough stock to trade yesterday. It was very challenging, very messy with the price action. It was not fun. All right, so that's what we got on AREB. 250 support, 330 resistance, breaking over 330. That's where we could see volume start to move back in up to yesterday's highs of 380 and then up towards around that spiking high from Monday at 420 on AREB. I love the support. DB saying, yo, hit the like button, folks. This guy sacrifices a ton. Well, I appreciate the support and the kind words and getting everybody to smash and hit that like button. So definitely take a few seconds, guys. Hit the like button on this current stream. Definitely subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. We go live every single morning at 9 a.m. until 9:45 for our pre-market preparation session. So again, if you like being here, you like what we do, getting you guys prepared for the day with the best opportunities, take a second, hit the like button, smash subscribe, little notification bell. I do greatly appreciate it. And moving forward, all right, moving forward, every Wednesday, at this point in time is going to be free stream Wednesday. I have not yet decided if we're going to do it every Wednesday or if we're going to do it every other Wednesday, but put that in your calendar and be mindful that at least every other Wednesday or every Wednesday is going to be our free open stream session to where I do not shut the stream down. You guys can work with me and the team all day. So at least starting off every other Wednesday, mark your calendar. Make sure you guys are here for Hump Day free stream Wednesdays. All right, guys. So we got about 20 seconds to go. Let's get fired up, traders, and let's have an awesome day and end this week on a strong and profitable note. Hit me with a woo! Let's get going, traders, in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bell has rung. Day is now live. Where is the opportunity for today, traders? Where is it? We will find it. One stock that I'm watching out of the gate above 5, risky play, but it's a new IPO stock. And we know these new IPO stocks, guys, have been absolutely taken off. So if we see any kind of indication on HTCR that this thing is going to start moving, you will see me entering positions little by little by little. Nothing too crazy because it's very risky. But again, above $5, it shows potential. The only thing the stock really has to do is re-break 550. That puts in a new daily high, and that's where traders get excited. We have room all the way back up to 8. Right? So I know it's very risky buying a stock right out of the gate with no technical formation, but I'm playing into the psychology aspect. New IPO stocks, ripping and running. We're holding above $5. Okay? I'm willing to get in and risk 30 to 40 cents on a small position to get my feet wet, just in case the stock starts squeezing. And it's a new IPO stock, and we know that these stocks have been doing it very, very well. So let's get HTCR off of the live stream for now. And let's focus our attention over on KAVL, as KAVL just broke 228, and it's going on a big-time move. This was one of our top stocks today. So whoever had KAVL overnight, good job. Great job. Way to make it happen. So right now we want to see the pullback into that 228 to 229 pre-market resistance. Okay, that's where we want to go long. And what did I say at the start of the day? If we hold this consolidation on KAVL at a pre-market, that's a gap and go strategy off of a daily mid-candle breakout, right? If you guys do not know what a gap and go is, dive into the video lessons library and study up on gap and goes. A gap and go is where a stock is gapping up in pre-market. It's flagging out of pre-market, which is a leg on up, followed by a period of consolidation, and it's literally flagging right when the market opens, and that is a go-to gap, right? It's gapping up, and then it goes out of the bull flag over pre-market highs and absolutely rips on up. This is what we classify as a gap and go strategy. We add in the momentum behind the stock, right? The stock has great momentum over the past few days. We add in that it was setting up for a mid-candle breakout here in pre-market on the daily. So you add all of those things together, it makes this for a very, very nice trade. But I chose HTCR as I think this one could be a big-time mover and a little bit of a sleeper play. Right now, we want to see this level on off around that 228 support here on KAVL. So again, we're waiting for the stock to pull on back down, see if we can stay above 228. And if so, we could see the next leg up to 275. And this was what we posted this morning right around 7 o'clock. It was our #1 watch. It was a high watch stock. There we go. CFVI is getting that juice. CFVI, guys, over 15. That's when things can get very, very interesting here. So right now, CFVI, there's no reason to touch it here. Held above $14 support, getting a nice bounce off that $14 level that we were talking about. So right now, you got to wait for that stock to pull back. You need to wait for KAVL to pull back as well. There's no reason to chase these stocks after they've already made a big move to the upside. We still have NVCT on watch here for that reversal. Again, off support with the daily doji. This thing will really start getting some traction if we can break over that 680 level here on NVCT. DCFC, nothing right now. ORPH, getting resistance at 243. So ORPH had news today. It's a low float stock with good volume. This stock over 243, your next targets is going to be 255. Right now, I say let's focus on KAVL number 1 and CFVI number 2. KAVL right now is the one that has the best potential. So this is one of the top stocks I'm looking at right now at this point in time. I closed out of HTCR for now. It didn't get that big pop out of the gate. That's what I was looking for. So there's no reason to hold a trade that I'm not all that crazy about. I didn't go in full size. I took literally 100 shares to get my feet wet just in case we saw it squeeze. It didn't. 14 bucks. I typically do not post morning newsletters on Fridays as there's not a lot of news in the market. So Fridays are just those days that we have a lack of press releases. So normally I do not put out those newsletters on Fridays. Watching the breakout scanner, watching our high of the day momentum scanner, looking to see what stock has that potential. And right now, team, it's looking like it's going to be KAVL. Again, KAVL has room back down into that 229. Even though it looks like it's going to hold on up here, which it could, right? There could be a lot. There's a lot of momentum behind the stock on the daily. Look at the volume that we've been trading today, right? We've already surpassed yesterday's volume. We're already surpassing Tuesday's volume. I mean, overall, guys, look at the volume today so far. We have a crap ton of volume. The stock already has a lot of momentum. We could see that momentum hold intraday as well. So again, we just pulled back to the VWAP and the 9 EMA. I wouldn't be opposed to possibly getting involved here off the 9 EMA, which would be a simple momentum play. We have the volume. We have the momentum on the daily. We have a lot of great volume today compared to the last couple of red days that we've seen on KAVL, and we're only 7 minutes into the day. So KAVL is looking very nice at this point in time, guys. So looking for a possible entry coming on up on KAVL. I am still watching HTCR. Looking to see if that one can hold above that 945. It's a $5 level. Still waiting to see where CFVI wants to pull back to. NVCT, no volume. DCFC starting to fade and fall here a little bit. You guys should be watching ORPH for the break above 243. ORPH can break above that 243. You can take it long to 255. And again, as long as HTCR can stay above that 495 to $5, we do have great potential still with HTCR. So I have no positions right now. I'm waiting on KAVL to see if I can make an entry on this stock for a nice little pop back up towards around high a day. I do not see any reason to be buying HTCR yet, and I don't see a reason to be getting involved with KAVL yet. So right now, let's do this. High a day, 262. Run a downtrend off that prior high. Okay, so go ahead and connect these two highs, these two upper shadows, and let's see if traders are going to respect this downtrend. If so, we could see a downtrend break coming on up above support. So support is down at 229 to 228, but we have a decent amount of momentum on this stock. So again, we pull back to the 9 EMA, we bounce, higher low to the 9 EMA, starting to pop again. If we start breaking this downtrend, I would be looking for a quick little entry back to 262 and to 275. Keeping my stops very, very tight if it does crack below 9 EMA. So again, I'm not in yet. I'm just walking you through my thought process, what I'm looking at, what I'm seeing, what type of actions I would take if we see something unfold. But right now, there is some great potential here on KAVL. Just looking to see if it's going to stay above that 9 EMA. And that 9 EMA right now is right around 241. Right now, looking for that pop of the downtrend off the 9 EMA. It's a little bit of a momentum curl on up. It doesn't start breaking 250 here. No reason to hold on to it. If it struggles, if it stalls. But right now, let's see if we start getting that pop on up. There we go. Starting to see a little bit of that pop on up, guys. Got a little bit of a late entry on KAVL, but I went ahead and got all in a larger position because I wanted to take some quick initial profits because it is a riskier trade, as there's only one reason to take the trade. And just in case it didn't work on out right at the open, I didn't want to give a lot back. So I took some quick initial profits. I'm still holding just a little bit here on KAVL, looking to see if we can get that break up to 262. Stops or break even on what I have left. Again, we're not getting that big move that we want to see, but we're definitely fighting, guys. Definitely fighting. I'm still holding about 2,500 shares of KAVL, looking for a 262 high-a-day retest. Over 262, we could absolutely see KAVL up at 275. And look at that big buyer there, guys. 252, 100,000 share buyer. That's going to get traders excited, and traders are now excited, right? When you see a big buyer like that step up to the plate, traders like that, guys. Traders like that. Shows demand, shows potential. Right now, we need to break that 262 if this is momentum. That's momentum, baby. Let's go. Not bad. 1,000 shares left, looking for 275. Scaling out in 250s. This is our one and done, baby. That's our one and done on the day. No, I'm kidding. We're still going after it. So taking some more profit here because we're falling back on down below that 262. Don't want to hold this into a false breakout. Taking a little bit more. Only got about 500 shares left. Taking more, and I'm out. I'm going to go ahead and get out and wait for a better entry, guys. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get out and take the quick trade. So again, beautiful momentum, guys. We had the momentum on the daily. We had the mid candle. It was already stock on high watch. We had a lot of great volume to start the day compared to the last couple of days that we've had red days. So everything was screaming long. Everything was screaming momentum. But again, it wasn't like a dollar move we can catch, right? We got to be quick to take those profits. Quick spike up, pulling back and bouncing off the 9 EMA, pulling back and bouncing off the 9 EMA again, forming a higher low, showing that it has momentum. And you had a quick downtrend on the trade, taking the trade for a break of the downtrend. But the thing is, guys, we didn't have a big profit target, right? So our entries were right around 248 and our targets were 262. So it wasn't like there was 50 cents to a dollar of potential, but there was still some great opportunity to size up, to take that initial pop, and to lock in about 400 bucks on the day. So got a quick little win here on KAVL. And as long as it continues to pull back on decreasing volume and it holds the 9 EMA, you will continue to see me scalp KAVL for some profits. So see me, jump in off the 9 EMA, get a pop, take some quick profits, all that good stuff. That prior spiking high was right there at 253. You got 250 psychological support as well. Nice, healthy decrease volume pullback. KAVL has room to that 275. So right now, I'm watching KAVL for a possible re-entry for the next leg on up. I don't want to get in too early. I want to try and catch it right when the move starts to take place. So I still do not have a trade, and it popped very quick there. Get a quick little pullback to that 255. I would jump in, but I feel like I'm a little too late to this one, guys. But it's going to pop to 275. It has that look to it. It has the look. It wants to go 275, guys. It has potential. It's a quick scalp over high a day, the 275. Again, it's another 15 cents. But I just feel like I'm chasing it up here. I felt like the entries were back down at that 255. I just feel like I'm getting it a little too late if I try and take this right at high a day. So I'm going to sit out on that next trade. I was definitely wanting it off the 9 EMA. It jumped up very, very quick. And I just felt like I was, 7 cents too late. And I mean, 7 cents on 5,000 shares, that's 400 bucks, right? So I was $400 too late based on my position. I'm not chasing it here because I'm not giving back my profits that I just made. But this stock looks fantastic, the 275. HTCR. We got something on HTCR, maybe. All right, slight downtrend here on HTCR. It came down and bounced off support. Hit the downtrend. It's trying to hold the 9 EMA. And we could absolutely see a little bit of a break of that downtrend on HTCR. If so, it could spike up towards around the VWAP. CFVI would not be a mid-candle breakout. KAVL is the best example of a mid-candle breakout. So you have a big green day, small red day, the next day opens, and it blasts on off. All right, but there are other really good-looking mid-candle breakouts. Here's a really textbook mid-candle breakout. Strong green day, gap down, falls right in the middle, right? So that red candle is right in the middle of the first green day. The third day is actually a slight gap down, and then it breaks. This is a textbook mid-candle breakout there on this potential stock that I'm showing this example. And here's another one, right? CXDC, back in the day. Big green day, gap down, red day, right in the middle. The third day slightly gaps down, and then it breaks on out. So we know what mid-candle breakouts look like. We look at KAVL, we can see mid-candle breakout, mid-candle breakout. We go look at CFVI, we don't have that mid-candle breakout. All right, guys and girls on the YouTube, enjoy the rest of your trading day. I hope you guys got a quick win with me. Currently up $400 on the day. KAVL with a very nice momentum trade, break of the downtrend. Again, coming into the day knowing this was our number one stock and why this was the number one stock. So if you guys are learning anything, learn how we dissected the stock and why it was on our watch list in the first place and how we knew this was a top stock that our focus needed to be on and where we knew where to get involved. Even if you missed that $2 break there in pre-market up to that 229, if you missed it up towards around our target of 275, it's okay. We still identified this opportunity. We saw the setup intraday. We broke it down, what we should expect and why we should see that move take place. So I hope you guys were able to learn from the trade on KAVL and also get a nice little quick win with me there on KAVL as well. So enjoy the rest of your day, traders. Be smart, trade safe, always have a plan, always be prepared, know where the opportunity is going to be, and simply react to an opportunity when you see it like we did here on KAVL. So once again, I hope you guys are taking some value and some knowledge away. Until next time, baby, happy and safe trading. I will see you guys back here next Money Monday, right around 9 o'clock as we go live once again. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys on Monday.